Hi, table family. It's Monday. It's Yolanda. It's time for another episode of Everybody at the Table. Though we are on summer hiatus from our regularly scheduled program, I have been sharing content and voices that are inspiring me and encouraging me to do the things that I'm challenged with doing. My journey is no different than yours. We all have a certain amount of time and other responsibilities throughout our days. So it's challenging sometimes to really focus on getting the things done that you want to get done. And this particular voice that I heard on TikTok is someone who is encouraging me to think about how to align my life in the direction of my goals. This isn't new information, but it's a good reminder that when you're planning, whatever it is you're planning, you want to make sure that it's in alignment with your values, with who you are as a person, what you want to deliver and put out, and certainly with your life. Take a listen, and I hope this helps you as much as it's inspiring me.
Biggest difference between high achievers and the average person is that the average person wants to use discipline to get shit done, where the high achiever uses something I call alignment to make progress towards their goals. With discipline, you're kind of white knuckling your way to a goal. You say, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it anyways. Some days it works, other days it doesn't, and your progress is inconsistent. High achievers use alignment, and with alignment, you have a goal that becomes the center of your life, and you create a life that revolves around your goal. So simply by living life, you are making progress. It's easier, it's more consistent, and it's more available to the average person. Let me give you a personal example. Right now, I'm trying to become a master communicator. So let's look at the ways that I've aligned my life so that just by living my life, I get closer to my goal every day. First, let's talk about my job. I got a sales job. I talk to people for a living, and I get to practice persuasive communication on a daily basis. In my free time, I go to events where I give myself a quota of people I have to meet. Oftentimes, I try to meet every single person in the room so that I get practice at social gatherings. And I also, for fun, walk 15,000 steps every day outside, which gives me the opportunity to run into strangers who I strike up conversations with every day. Now, another thing I'm doing is that for fun, I've started recording TikToks. These TikToks give me the opportunity to look back at myself, critique my communication, critique my facial features, my expressions, how emotive my voice is, the filler words I'm using so that I can get better at communicating. So every day, all day, just by living the life I've designed, I am getting closer to my goal of becoming a master communicator. So if you want to be a high achiever, don't use discipline, use alignment, and create a life that centers around your goal.
Okay, so that's quick food for thought. Pause. He's going to explain what he means by alignment is greater than discipline. I don't think he's discounting discipline, but certainly stating that alignment is more congruent and easier to travel than raw discipline. Take a listen to this next piece, and then I want you to share in the comments your thoughts around the difference between discipline and alignment.
Imagine there's a man on a boat, and this man is going upstream against the current of the river. Now imagine if this man were to turn his boat around and start going with the stream of the river. When he's going against the stream of the river, that's discipline. When he turns his boat around and starts going with the current, he's now using alignment. He still has to paddle, he still has to navigate, but his journey is infinitely easier because he is now going with the current of the river. To clarify even further, I'm going to give you 3 ways that I use alignment every day to get closer to my goals. First, you want to know what your high leverage task is. Your high leverage task is that task that if you did it every day consistently for a long period of time, you would get 80% to your goal just by doing that one task. To give you an example, if you want to be fit, your high leverage task is going to the gym. Gaining that clarity alone will bring you closer to your goal and closer to alignment. Now that you know what your high leverage task is, you want to remove friction to make completing that task as easy as possible. Using the gym example again, you can lay out your clothes the night before, plan out your workouts and leave your keys on top of your clothes and leave all of that on top of your phone. When you wake up in the morning, it's so easy now to get into your gym flow and get your high leverage task completed. Now, the next thing you can do to get closer to alignment, chain your high leverage task to something you already do every day. If you look at most of my TikToks, you'll notice that I'm walking in them. Why? Because I want to create TikToks every day. So when I go on my walks, which I do every day, I've chained those two habits together. Now I am closer to being in alignment. I hope this helps you understand, Emmanuel. Peace.
Thanks as always for listening. I appreciate your support. Again, share in the comments your thoughts around alignment, discipline, if one is greater than the other, or if both are needed in order to achieve your goals. Until next time, take care and dine well.